Hey everyone, Erica Rock, Spiritual Catalyst, here for another Andara tutorial. And what I'm going to share today is how to use Andara for general protection. There's lots of, things that we may need protection from, and depending on what our circumstance, I would probably recommend certain kinds of Andara depending on what's happening and what you are experiencing. But this gathering of Andara crystals is really perfect to kind of cover all bases of protection. Not to mention that every single Andara is actually very protective. It doesn't matter the color, it doesn't matter the name, it doesn't matter the description. If you have Andara and you need some extra protection, hold the Andara in your hand. Hold the Andara in your hand and say a little prayer, and you can speak it out loud and ask the Andara for what it is you need. Place your intention into the Andara. And I like to speak it out loud and then do a forcible shamanic breath into the Andara to encode it with my intention, okay? So, and I'm going to take a picture of this so that you can see what I did here. So, first Andara I would choose if there is a need for protection is the Seafoam Elder. They are the most clearing, purifying, and they are extremely protective, extremely protective. I've seen these kind of transmute implants, release entities, scrub our chakras clean, like get a lot of energetic density, blockages, so forth and so on out of us. And if you're an empath, they're so good at clearing from you what is not yours that you have happened to pick up. And it's also really good for cutting cords between you and other people, okay? So, Seafoam Elder. And then we want something that represents love. Any of the pink Andara are amazing for this purpose. I happen to pick Venus Rising. It brings the energy of unconditional love, which is the ultimate protection. And I want to remind you, like when we're doing a protection ritual or gathering crystals for protection or using herbs or candles or whatever, we want to come from a place of empowerment, not from fear. If we're coming from a place from fear, when we're bringing in protection, we're gonna keep attracting like things to be fearful of. So it's very important that you come from a place of power, truth, light, and love, wrapping a ton of love around a situation. If there is an instance between you and another person or group, and you suspect, it's funny, people put hexes, curses, spells on each other without realizing they're doing it. And they assume that that's all witchcraft. And if you're not a witch, then you're certainly not doing it. And I'm here to tell you, if you've got strong feeling of rage, anger, resentment, jealousy, envy, you're just simply pissed at somebody. You've got all that emotion and you're thinking of them, that is enough to put a hex, curse, or spell on somebody. And we're doing it to each other all the time. You just don't realize. So, love is the big equalizer, okay? So any of the pink Andara work in this regard. We want to bring love to the situation. Love for yourself, love for whoever is upset. Love, 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 love. It neutralizes so much. So that one was Venus Rising. And then just, from yesterday, we've got the Akasha here. And why the Akasha? It brings in and it represents pure divine love and light. It's got this super purity to it, but it also will address any karmic and soul contracts that are held within the Akashic records that are no longer serving you, that need to be dissolved. This handles that part of whatever is going on that you perhaps may need protection from. Akasha. Then we have Saint Germain. Saint Germain is the keeper of the silver violet flame. It's an alchemical flame. It transmutes anything negative, lower. It transmutes it into a higher energy. So if you need protection, this is a must-have for your grid. Again, Saint Germain, keeper of the violet flame. Next is Hand of God. Behold the hand of God who takes away the sins of the world. And when I say sins, I mean wrongdoing, wrong thinking, wrong speaking. When we're out of alignment with our heart, with our truth, with our soul, and we're speaking negative things, we're thinking negative things, we're behaving in negative ways, or perhaps we're hurting someone else, and that energy is coming back to us, or maybe someone's doing that to us. It's bringing in, literally, it's like bringing the hand of God into the situation to bless it, heal it, resolve it, lift it for the highest and greatest good of all involved. Hand of God. Now we have one of my all-time favorites, Blood of Christ. So this is this beautiful Christ-like Andara with these orange and red inclusions. So I don't want to get religious. This is not a religious thing, but the blood of Christ. So a lot of Catholics or Christians will plead the blood of Christ over themselves if they feel they need protection, over their home, over their loved ones. It's a super powerful energy. It has nothing to do with religion at all. At all. And these Andara carry that frequency. So it's super protective and brings the energy of Christ, the energy of forgiveness, the energy of peacemaking into any situation. So it's awesome for protection. Now we have Shaman Brown. So some Shaman Brown are clear and you can see through them. This one is opaque, and I know on video it kind of just looks black, but these are the peacemakers and the peace keepers. And so going back to that, unknowingly putting hexes, curses, spells on others through our strong emotions when someone has really upset us and we're thinking about them, these help make peace. So say also in your family, there's just a lot of darkness, a lot of dark patterns of disease, addiction, abuse, trauma, pain, all of that. These go into the lineage to help heal, clear, resolve, alchemize, transmute, and transform the negativity, the negative limiting patterns. So these are super important for a Andara protection grid. You want to have one of these. They're awesome. Awesome, awesome. Now we've got Heart of the Divine. And I bet you can tell from its name why I've included it in this protection grid here today. It helps us to open our heart. If we've closed our heart, we're upset with people, we feel they did us wrong, they disappointed us, they let us down, or we did it to others, this opens everyone's heart to bring in that love, to bring in that love, which again, love heals all. It's the highest healer, is this unconditional divine love. It opens the hearts of everyone, heals the heart, soothes the heart, and brings in that energy of love, which is protection in and of itself. It's like the highest form of protection. It raises you way above the challenges, the issues, the struggles, brings you into a way higher vibe. And a lot of times, and like Einstein said, no problem can be solved in the same consciousness in which it was created. So when we shift and elevate our consciousness and our frequency, a lot of times the issue, challenge, problem, it just resolves. Or your thinking about it changes and you no longer perceive it as a problem. It's pretty like magical stuff here. Magical stuff. Okay, Heart of the Divine. Now we have Celestial Gold. And Celestial Gold holds the blueprint for the 5th dimensional and higher heaven on earth template. Also carries the crystals, the Christ energy. Also carries, so it has all the energies and codings from the Order of the Christ and the Order of the Rose, the Sacred Rose. It's a beautiful synergy of masculine and feminine energy. And why I chose it for this protection is because it has the New Earth grid. It pulls one out of the inverted matrix fear-based energy so that you can see the truth, that you can feel the truth, so that you can see the illusion in this appearance out here. Rise above it and bring yourself back into harmony and coherence with the love that you are, the light that you are, the truth, the wisdom, the intuition, the clarity, the certainty, the courage, the strength, the power, the glory of the awesomeness that you are. Celestial Gold. Now, one of my faves, they're all my faves though, like honestly, they're all my faves. Heart of the Warrior. It brings strength, it brings courage, it helps you to move out of fear and to move into that place of, I'm unstoppable. I am a force to be reckoned with. It helps you remember who you are, what you're made of, and moves you, like I said, right out of fear. Heart of the Warrior. And when I say the warrior, this is not about going into battle. This is the peaceful warrior, the heart of the peaceful warrior. And when in our heart, you know, we're in presence, we're in the now, we're in our coherence and harmony, we're unshakable. And things aren't like, can't swat us down. And if we do fall down, we get back up very quickly because this helps with resilience. Resilience. Heart of the Warrior. Now we have Children of the Sun. It brings through, and why I wanted it for a protection grid is because it brings through those super high frequencies from the great central sun. It strengthens you, it empowers you, it invigorates you. And I'm starting to burn up holding all these Andara. And I just want to say as an aside, as I hold up each of these Andara, you'll get like a zing, you'll get an activation. It will connect with your energy and give you what you need. Awesome, right? So yeah, these hold sacred codes. It's like the higher dimensional light that comes through the great central sun comes into us and activates our unique coding, our templates for creating the new earth. It helps us to remember who we are and brings us into coherence. Children of the sun. Okay, the next one we have is Gaia. Gaia helps us to ground. In order for us to not take on other people's thoughts, feelings, energies, vibrations, to not experience hexes, curses, spells, entity attacks, if that's something that you have had happen to you, being grounded, it makes it hard for people or things to place implants in you, place dark seals, cord you, especially in your solar plexus. A lot of darker beings, they'll go right after your will center. I have been pulling out some crazy cords, crazy serpents from people's solar plexus lately. It helps you ground. You do become more unshakable. Rock solid foundation. You're not overly emotional. Like your intuition and your logic is really balanced. You're rooted in Mother Earth, and she will transmute, transform, heal, resolve, alchemize anything you're carrying or releasing that's not optimal for you anymore. She does a lot of the work for you. So Gaia Stone is also always super important in a protection grid, okay? We're almost there, guys. Swear to God. I'm going all out for this protection grid today. Cosmic Key. It's opaque black, super grounding. Balances the yin yang, balances the masculine and feminine, and also blasts negative, limiting stuff off of us like no one's business. No one's business. It also helps you to make the dark your friend and ally, realizing there's nothing to be afraid of, that the light and the dark is a part of the all that is. We don't need to be light-centric, because that actually creates little monsters within that grow teeth and fangs and nails. And I'm joking, kind of. But this just really helps you to embrace all that you are. The shadow parts. When we've integrated our shadow, it's very hard for anyone or anything to attack us. Cosmic Key, we want one if we're doing protection using Andara, Cosmic Key. And then last but not least, I place this in the center of my circle. I'm going to take a picture of this so that you can see the grid. You can print it out and use it, okay? So I got some of these little babies made. This is a Tanzanite fire wand. So I put it in the middle of my circle so that as energies are moving, lifting, releasing, it's sending it up to the heavens. The Tanzanite fire has the energies of it has the Archangel Michael coding within it, and also Archangel Metatron coding within it. And it holds the violet flame inside, which is an alchemical flame that transmutes, heals, resolves things that we're carrying, that are stored within our being, that are holding us back, that are negative, and that we no longer need. Tanzanite fire. So, I tried my very best to cover all bases. It really does depend on what you are requiring protection from. So if you have certain situations going on or whatever, and you want to ask it you have some Andara, reach out, Erica, ERICA, at ericarock.com. Yes, that is really my last name. Little joke between me and the divine. And I can help you. So remember what I said in the beginning, any Andara, all Andara are protective. all Andara respond to our intention. And setting an intention with an Andara is as simple as holding it in your hands. I thank you, this beautiful Gaia Andara, for bringing me increased protection on all levels of my being, helping me to ground firmly into you and helping me to release anything I have taken on that is not mine and that does not serve my highest and greatest good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shamanic breath, forcibly blow that intention into the Andara. So that is our general overall protection grid. We're going to do more fun, these kind of fun videos in the next few days. So keep coming back and receiving the information and receiving the energies, because every time I hold them up, you're getting it. So absorb that, marinate in it, allow it to do for you what it is you need at this time. So thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions or comments, post below. And if you know of someone that could benefit from this, please share it with them. I always appreciate that. So until next time, all my love, huge hugs, and see you tomorrow for a new Andara tutorial.